Sting Like a Bee Part 2.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Takara MP-45 Masterpiece Bumblebee version 2. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right in front here, we have just in big bold letters and numbers, MP-45! Recognize. Their Transformers Masterpiece, Cybertron Espionage, MP-45 Authentic Takara Tomy product as sold in Japan. Yay! MP-45, 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 MP-45. But this isn't the real box. No, this is the box that's outside of the box that's over the box that is not the real box. Here's the real box. Here we have the actual packaging here. We have Bumblebee in both of his modes. Bumble version 2.0, because they called him Bumble in Japan. And then we have the Bumble Transformers Masterpiece. Bumble again. Bunch of stuff and things that I cannot read. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. He does this, that, the other things and stuff and things and stuff. And that's basically it for the packaging. And also included is the collector's card with a nice piece of artwork there of a Bumblebee. On the back, you have his tech specs and a bio. If you can read it, go ahead and read it on your own time. Hooray for cards. And moving right along, here we have Masterpiece Bumblebee 2.0. And yes, this is a more cartoon-accurate Bumblebee, as is the current Masterpiece aesthetic. And here he is in his vehicle mode, and this is the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. This is just, oh, look at this. Hey, you're so cute. Look at this little thing. Oh, my God. It's getting close here. So you can take a look at the details. You got the headlights there, painted in gray. Autobot symbol right there on the hood. You got the rims done in a gunmetal gray. Of course, you have the transclearance windshields and the windows going all the way around. And not a whole lot to it. It's a very small little vehicle, mostly done in yellow. And you can see the back there, taillights, all that good stuff. It's so little. Look at it. Look at it. And there is the bottom. He does roll, as rolling things should. Hooray for the Bumble rolls. So there you have that. And for comparison, here he is with the Masterpiece movie, Bumblebee. And here he is with G1 Bumblebee because he's precious. Really, they're just both stinking precious. They're just both precious. Here he is with MP-44 Optimus Prime. So you can see how that works out. And last but certainly not least, here he is with the original Masterpiece Bumblebee. So you can see how that works out. And obviously the new one is a lot shorter. Give it a little turn around here just so we can take a look. All around, yeah. So there you go. The Bumblebee of the past and the Bumblebee of the present. So there you go. So now let's run through some of the accessories. The first thing you get is a sheet of decals here. And you get some hearts and some various other things to recreate that one thing that happened in that one episode of the cartoon. You know how Masterpiece does, but you know, I'm never going to use these, but hey, appreciated nonetheless. So you get that. You do also get a very vehicle-specific accessory here. You get an I Heart New York, well, I Autobot symbol New York license plate there. And this goes on the front bumper here. And this just slides on from underneath. Like so. There you go. B's got his New York license plate there. So, hey, you know, something you can do if you want to do it. He does come with his little gun here, just done in gray. So you can pew pew bang bang. And you can still use in the vehicle mode. You can see there are little notches on either side right here that are meant for the tabs on either side of the handle. So this just slides right in like so, and that is how you store the weapon. So you have weapon storage, and you get his partner in crime, Spike. And here we have Spike. Getting close here, you can say, you know, his hair is painted, but his face is not. I don't know why they don't paint the faces on these figures. It's kind of weird, but hey, you know, it is what it is. But there's Spike. Bad yellow boots. And here he is with the Spike that came with MP-44, just so you can see. They are slightly different molds. The upper body is, and obviously different heads. But, yeah. And articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint. You get a little bit of wiggly-wagglies, rotation, up and down. Shoulders are on a ball joint, so they can rotate and pop off, because they're very small ball joints, but arms going to rotate. Hey, Spike! Spike, come on, buddy. Arms can move in and out. You do have, some ab crunch here. Again, this is on a ball joint as well. It's a very small ball joint, so again, you could probably, rip them in half. But you don't want to do that. But again, you got your ab crunch, rotation. Legs are on little ball joints as well. They can move forward, that far, back, that far, outward, only a little bit. And you get your knee bend with actually good range of movement there, so. You're just little guy, so you have Spike and Bee together. Oh, and you can have Spike driving in Bumblebee if you want. We need to remove the license plate for this, because we actually have to kind of split him open here and open him up. So just split this. Oops, the guns are going to fall out too. Just put that off to the side. We don't need it no more. And you want to raise up this section here, and then we take Spike and we just put him like a seated position here. And basically, you just drop him down. His arm just came right off. You stay together, Spike. Why? Why? You know why? Because the camera's on. He actually didn't fall apart this much before I turned the camera on. But, once the camera turns on, everything just goes wrong. That's how it works. That's just how it works. So anyway, we just set Spike there. You can put him in the passenger side and the driver's side. Doesn't matter. And then you just drop. Oops. We have to bend his legs a little more here. Like that. His feet should go in that little, this little groove right in there. Then you just drop this down, and then you just egg it all back together. If you can. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. He's not sitting in there comfortably just because I kind of did things wrong there. But it's okay. You get the idea. You can have Spike in there. And that doesn't look comfortable. That doesn't look comfortable one bit. But you get the idea. You can have him sitting in there. If you take your time, you can actually have that working right. But there you go. You get the idea. So, there you have that. And another thing you can do here is you can open up his doors, although you do have to kind of split everything open in the process to get it to work. But you split this open, and the doors are on a little slider here. So you can slide them out like so, and then you can just swing them out. And it takes a little bit of doing to get everything pegged back together, but we can do it. There we go. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. You can have his doors open if you want. You can do it on both sides, but yeah, you can have that going on as well. So, hey, things you can do. He does come with some other accessories, but that is for robot mode, so we'll get to that when we get to that. So speaking of transformation, let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's! Woo! That's the Bumble spin right there. So, we've already removed the weapons and everything, so we just gotta start off by just splitting all this here. And splitting all this, raising this up. We'll get Spike out of here. He's probably dizzy now from that spin. I'll put him off to the side. And now we shall commence. So, once we've undone this, we're going to come back here to this section, and this section right here will raise up like so. It's on a slider. You can see it right through the windshield there. The windows, rather. You slide that up right there, like that, and you get that out of the way. And we take this back section here. This will come down, and come down like so, and get that out of the way. So now, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of push this section down. These are his arms in here. So we push that down, and then just push all of this through to the other side, like so. We can just kind of move that out of the way, like that. So one little step you have to do here is this little section here of the wheel well. You just want to just push that in like that, and push that in again. It's a very minor step, but you do have to do it. You need that little bit extra clearance there for the coming steps here. So once you do that, you can raise these up just slightly. So now you can bring this down lower like that, And at this point now we can split the arms, bring them out to the sides, and we can just unfold them, take this little panel, and just flip that in to finish off his form. Extend, flip, there we go. Now we can come in here and we can pull his head out. That will just snap into place there. You want to take his arms here and just bring them up at this hinge, like so, just to get them out of the way. And we're going to take the wheels now, and these are going to swing in to the body on either side. And just swing that in. Get a little click there. And we got that going. We can bring his arms back down, like so. At this point now, we can take this section here. This will come down, and this will, you want to make sure it goes over these sections here. Just come this down, and this will just follow this little angle here. And we can just kind of compress the body back together, straighten everything out. And there we go. At this point now, we can rotate him at the waist. And now we can finish up with his backpack. So you want to take these bits right here, and these will just fold in. Then you fold this section in, and then bring this section up like so. You want to come here to the hood section. It will pull out. Then you want to just fold this bit down, fold the hood down, and then this will swing around to the other side like so. And this will rest up against that windshield. And you're going to bring this up on this double hinge. And this bit right here, you want going into that notch right there. So you kind of want to bring that in like so. So that just ends up right in there like that. That's how you want that looking in there. And that's just flush there. And this should sit just like that. And we have, oops. And then we have the backpack all done. So now let's work on the legs. So you're going to take this whole section here and just bring that down. You want to open up this panel here and extend the legs on double hinge here. Just bring that up. Then you're going to rotate this whole assembly out to the side like so. Now we can close this back up. And you want to take this section here, bring that down. That will tab in right there, like that. And now we can work on the feet. So you just want to bring this over like that. You want to untab this section here of the wheel well. Just untab that. And you're going to bring this section up like so. That's how you want that looking. And this section here is just going to rotate around like that. At this point now, we can straighten his foot out. And we're going to take the door here. The door is going to fold in. It's on a slider here, so you just want to slide that in like so. And the bottom part of the door will just sit under his foot. And the window will just come up and over like that. Then you take the bumper here. Just bring that down. And there you have a foot all done. Second verse is just like the first. So just bring that down. Open. Extend. We'll do the thigh first. Tab that in. Rotate. Close that up. Rotate. And undo this section there. Then bring this around. And bring this around. Yoop. Yoop. I said yoop. There we go. Like that. And then you just bring that back. Slide that up. Fold under. Fold over. And bumper came down on its own. Thank you. There we go. There we have his feet all done. And we're pretty much at the home stretch. All we have to do now is just take his arms. You want to rotate them at the bicep. And then bring it down. Rotates. Bring it down. And I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Woo! We're done. And there you have Bumblebee 2.0 in his robot mode. And he's a nice looking cartoony little Bumblebee. He's just adorable. He's just adorable. But Let's get in close here so we can take a look at that noggin up here. Look at that bumble noggin. Oh, look at it. Nice blue there for the eyes. Big old puffy looking face. You can see kind of the faux chest they got going on here. Big Autobot symbol. Right there. And again, yeah, all the transclearance, windshields, windows going around. Again, very simple and basic in its design, as was the cartoon, because that's exactly what they're going for here, that cartoon look. The only thing I'm not a fan of, honestly, is his feet. I'm not a fan of the feet. I'm not a fan of the way that looks. Doesn't look great. I mean, it looks fine from the front, but when you start turning it around, it's kind of like, what's going on there? Not a fan of the feet, but oh well. It is what it is. But moving up the back. You can see how everything tidies up. The backpack, the backpack doesn't bother me. I know a lot of people complain about the backpack. It doesn't bother me. And in a lot of the pictures that we saw, the backpack was mistransformed. So this is the proper transformation. It does clean up a little bit better. Again, not the best. It's a little sloppy, but yeah, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. Oh no, I think it comes together pretty well. Now, articulation-wise, his head is on a ball joint. You get very mild wiggly-waggly. It can rotate. He can look all the way out. Do a squirrel. Can totally do that. You can also use that hinge there for transformations. You can kind of get him looking down. Use that. Arms can do a full 360. They can move in and out at that hinge. You also can move in and out, up and down at this hinge right here. And you also get forward movement on the shoulder as well with that hinge. You have bicep rotation. You have a single jointed elbow, but you get a nice deep elbow bend there. You have wrist rotation. The hands can open and close. You do have waist rotation, but it's only a little bit. It's hindered by everything that's going on back here. But you get a little bit of waist rotation. The legs can go forward that far. They go back only a little bit. You can move these panels out of the way, so you can do the full splits and then some. And I do like this little trick that they kind of did. They did this with... This is my tongue stops working. They did this with MP-45, and they did this with Bumblebee as well, where this part of the skirt just kind of moves with the leg. So everything still looks clean, and when you have his leg up, so you don't have a panel just hanging over his leg. I think that's quite clever. Anyway, continuing on, as far as his knees go, he does have a double jointed knee, so you have a nice full range of movement there. And his feet, they can move up, they can move down, and you get all kinds of ankle tiltage, and that is it. And of course you can give him his weapon, you can give him his little gun here, and you can store this on the robot mode. There is a little post right there, and there's a little port right here, and you just plug this onto his butt, like so. You can store the gun right there. If you wish, hey, it's storage if you want storage. But of course, you can also wield his weapon. Now, there is a little bit of a trick here to getting him to hold the gun, because you can see it is the typical, tab in the slot of the palm method of holding weapons. But the thing about his hands is that the slot doesn't actually open up until his hand is closed. So basically, there's a little trick to it here. So you have to have his hand open and then just kind of put the gun into his fingers here, like at an angle, and then close his hands with the gun in there, and it takes a little bit of doing. I can usually do it fairly easily, but again, of course, the camera's on, so that means everything's going to fight me. But it's... There we go. Just get that closed around, and there you go. That's how that sits. There you go, and you can pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang. So you got that going on. You do get, as far as more accessories go, you do get an effects part here. Get a little blast effect, just gas and orange transparent plastic here, and we can plug that onto the end of his gun here. So B can do, you know what he can do? It's a little one. He can do a little one, but he can do a little. It's a mini bloosh, little mini bloosh. He can mini bloosh. So hey, I'd say all things you can do if you want to do it. So there you have that. And the last accessories that you get are some optional faces for that cute little mug of his. So you get this extra face right here, which there isn't much difference, but there's a difference. You know, there you go. So you have that going on. And you also just get a full-on big happy smile. You have your bee smiling. And to swap out the face, you just have to get under here and just kind of pop his face up, which takes a little bit of doing. I'm going to use my, my handy-dandy spudger here. Make life a little bit easier. There we go. That just slides off. And you just slide the new face on. Get under. Like so, and there you go. Now he is just all kinds of happy because he's Bee. Yay! Yay me. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is with the masterpiece movie, Bumblebee. And here he is with G1 Bumblebee because he's precious. Oh, they're both just precious. Here he is with MP-45, Optimus Prime. So you can see how that works out. He's just a little guy. And lastly but not leastly, here he is with the original Masterpiece Bumblebee. So you can see how that works out. You can see in robot mode, the new Masterpiece Bumblebee is actually a little bit taller than the original one, whereas in vehicle mode, the original was larger than the new one. So you get a little bit of mass shifting going on there, which is pretty cool. And we'll just give you a little turn around here, so we can see the two Bumbles side by side and how they compare from all angles. So there you go. So there you have MP Bumblebee 2.0, and I really like this figure. You know, I've said it before, I really love that Masterpiece is going for that more cartoon accurate look. It personally appeals to me. If it does not appeal to you, hey, that's fine. We all like what we like. We don't like what we don't. Nothing wrong with that. Me personally, loving the new cartoony look. The only thing I don't like about this figure are his feet. I don't like the way the feet transform. That I'm not a fan of. The backpack, I don't care about the backpack. That really doesn't bother me. But the feet, not a fan of. But for the most part, it looks good in both modes. It's a pretty smooth transformation going from mode to mode. So overall, I am quite pleased with this figure. So there you go. Now, if you would like this or any other Masterpiece toys, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out my Masterpiece playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it. So don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Takara MP-45 Masterpiece Bumblebee version 2. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, bomb in your face. Bumblebee! Bumblebee! I'm right here, Prime. Oh, there you are. Sorry. Sometimes I forget how beneath me you are. Is that supposed to be a joke? No? Anyway, where's that little friend of yours, the human Spike? I don't know. He was here a minute ago. Well, he has to be around here somewhere. Wait a second. What's this? Oh, there he is. Sorry about that, Spike. No problem. Happens all the time.